can't believe this. It's a Saturday night. It's the Raptors against the 76ers in the Game 7 conference final. And I'm sitting at my flat screen TV with a lazy bag of chips and a broken leg. Even everybody on Instagram, like all these posts are having such a great time at the game. I can't stand it anymore. There has to be a better way for me to watch this game.
An eagle!
That'll be a script. Script reads me.
Confirm.
Sharks, we all know the difference. When you're in the stadium, the energy is electric. It's physical. But when you're at home, even on an 80-inch 4K TV, you're just a passive observer. You're sitting in silence, missing the heartbeat of the game. And right now, the only products trying to fix this are cheap plastic toys that belong in a dorm room or complicated smart lights that lag 45 seconds behind the actual goal.
Our team calls this the immersion gap, and we are here to close it. Sharks, we are asking for $350,000 for 10% equity in our company.
Introducing GoPulse. GoPulse is the world's first spousal-approved reactive sports device. It's a sleek Wi-Fi connected smart light and high-fidelity speaker designed to fit modern decor.
But when the game starts, it transforms. It syncs in real time with live game data, so that when your team scores, your room doesn't just light up. It explodes with team colors, blasts with official goal horns, and immerses you into the roar of the crowd.
Our corporate strategy is to redefine home sports entertainment. We aren't just selling a lamp, we're selling the stadium atmosphere.
I mean, it looks cool, but this is just a toy. I need you to break down the market, not give me any fluffy numbers. Who's actually buying this?
We aren't guessing. We used a bottom-up market analysis. First, the business-to-consumer market. There are 16 million households in Canada, and research shows that 58% of Canadians follow the NHL.
That gives us a base of 9.28 million fan households. But if we narrow it further, 47% of Canadians are actually tech adopters, people who already own smart home devices.
That calculation, 9.28 million fans multiplied by 47% adoption, gives us a serviceable available market of 4.36 million households in Canada alone.
Okay, that's the home market, but what about commercial? I own bars. I put this in a bar.
Exactly. That is our B2B strategy. We have analyzed the Canadian hospitality sector, and there are 3,668 drinking places in Canada.
Of those, 1,365, almost a third, are dedicated to sports bars. We have identified the major chains as our key accounts. Boston Pizza with 374 locations, St. Louis Bar and Grill with 82, and the local Canadian Brew House with 48 locations.
That gives us 570 plus prime chain locations, plus over 1,000 independents. And the volume is different. A home buys 1 unit, a bar buys an average of 5 units for zone control.
So technically, if we combine the B2C market with 4.36 million homes, along with the B2B volume with 7,800 plus commercial units, the total market size value is approximately a little over $1 billion.
The market size is impressive, but every business has holes. I want a full SWOT analysis. Be honest with us.
Absolutely. Let's start with the strengths. First, the spousal approval aesthetic. Unlike plastic novelty lights, we use premium mesh and metal so it functions as modern decor. Second, the zero latency tech. We use a direct API so the light flashes milliseconds before the broadcast.
And third, multi-sensory immersion. We are the only product integrating high fidelity audio, crowd roars, and chants.
And the weaknesses?
Hardware capital intensity. We've identified one weakness with this product is that it not only needs a lot of cash to get going, but also to be maintained. Another one of our weaknesses is our single-use perception risk that people think it's only used for game time. We can mitigate this by marketing in ambient mode where it functions as a standard smart speaker when the game is off.
Finally, data dependency. We rely on third-party sports APIs. If they go down, our core feature fails.
Okay, now what are the specific opportunities?
The biggest one is the B2B Trojan horse trend and the growth in sports viewing in public. By installing these in Boston Pizza isn't just revenue, it's also paid advertising in addition to capitalizing off this trend. We are also targeting the entertainment trend. Due to inflation, Canadians go out less, but when they do, they demand a high-fidelity experience, and GoPulse gives bars that competitive edge over others. And lastly, the World Cup occurring in 2026 in North America poses another very strong opportunity for our product.
And threats?
First of all, licensing and IP litigation and developments in these areas can pose a potential threat for our product. On top of this, good enough integrations entering the markets as demand for premium at-home viewing experience increases can also pose to be a threat to our product. And lastly, economic downturns lowers consumer spending, and with that, can once again hurt the product and the ability for customers to purchase.
What about the leagues? You're using team colors, goal horns. Aren't you worried about corruption or lawsuits? What about ambush marketing?
That's a valid concern. To avoid ambush marketing accusations, our initial strategy is to use city-based IPs. We trigger Toronto Blue and Toronto Horn, awarding the official trademark Leafs logo until we secure a license.
We also prioritize data ethics. Unlike other apps that track user viewing habits to sell the data, Goalpulse is transparent. It only listens for the goal signal, so that builds trust, which is a key part of avoiding the corruption and label in the sports tech industry.
Okay, you know the risks, but show me the actual money. Walk me through the next 3 years.
We have a clear roadmap. Year 1 is our launch phase. We project selling 7,500 units strictly direct to consumer. This generates $1.5 million in revenue.
However, we will be initially operating at a net loss of $150,000 in our first year. We are intentionally burning cash on marketing in order to acquire the right customers to our marketing channels.
Year 2 is the growth phase. We're going to enter retail channels like Best Buy and launch the B2B bar program. We're also aiming to capitalize on the upcoming World Cup in 2026 in North America. Sales jump to 25,000 units, revenue hits $5 million, and we flip to a profit of $850,000.
Year 3 is the scale phase. We continue to scale our product as we capitalize and gain customers through the World Cup trend and continue scaling. We project 58,000 units sold, generating $11.5 million in revenue with a robust $3.2 million in profit.
Wow, that's a big jump.
It is, but remember, the World Cup is a global event, so everybody become a sports fan just for that month.
I want to push back on the competition. You listed Philips Hue. People already have their light bulbs. Why don't they just crush you?
You're right. It's hard to take people out of an existing ecosystem with their lights. It's hard to convince someone to unscrew their Philips Hue light bulb.
So our strategy isn't to fight them. Eventually, it's actually to join them. We are positioning Goalpulse as the sports brain of the smart home.
And our app will integrate with Hue APIs, and we become the sports layer on top of their hardware. So Goalpulse handles the audio and triggers your existing Hue lights to flash blue.
What about the cheap fan toys?
You're right, we beat them on emotion and utility. They sell a blinking light, we sell a stadium at-home experience.
How do you keep the brand cohesive?
Well, we have a cohesive marketing strategy. It starts with a strict brand Bible, consistent fonts and solid dominant colors across all packaging and ads that mimic the colors of sports teams.
You talk about social strategy, but how do you actually implement it? What are the steps?
We execute a 3-phase implementation plan.
The first phase is awareness. We want to launch on Meta or like Instagram and Facebook and even YouTube. We can run like reaction videos showing the stark contrast, a boring silent room versus a goal pulse room exploding with light when a goal is scored.
Phase 2 is dynamic retargeting. This is key. If a user watches a Leafs highlight clip on Instagram, our pixel tracks that interest. The next ad they see isn't just generic, it shows the goal pulse flashing blue and white specifically for the Leafs.
Phase 3 is conversion. We retarget those users with limited time offers during the live games to drive impulse purchases.
In the World Cup, you mentioned that earlier.
That's going to be our big campaign. We know that the millions of fans want to go to the World Cup games in places across North America like Toronto and Vancouver next year.
But the reality is, tickets are scarce. They are sold out or cost thousands of dollars. 99% of fans are priced out.
So our campaign slogan is, if you can't be in the stadium, bring the stadium to you.
We're solving the FOMO, or as you guys probably know, the fear of missing out. We position Goalpulse as the only way to physically feel the tournament if you didn't get a ticket. It turns your living room into basically a fan zone.
Okay, but who's going to help you sell this? Are you looking at any partners?
We have 3 potential groups of partners. Our previously mentioned sports bars like Boston Pizza for visibility. We also have broadcasting companies like TSN. We want to integrate into their apps for zero latency syncing. And lastly, audio companies like Sonos for credibility in the audio space.
Who's going to be the face of your brand? Which celebrities do you guys plan to collaborate with? And what about partnerships?
We have identified 2 people for this strategy. Our first contestant is Pat McAfee. He sits at the intersection of sports and digital influence. You put one of our products on his desk, and when he celebrates, the studio explodes.
And the next celebrity that we're going to target is the everyday fan. And with that, it's going to be Jason Kelsey.
Because he pivoted from player to ultimate superfan, he's always shirtless in the stands, drinking beers, and he embodies our customer.
His regular guy persona makes him very relatable. If Kelsey says goalpost makes his basement feel like a playoff game, you best believe him.
We've talked about the upside, but we are sharks. We look at the downside. What happens if we say no? How do you fund this $350K you're asking for without us? Do you just fold?
Absolutely not. We have a robust financing plan B strategy. We want you for your connections, not just your cash. If we walk away today without a deal, we still have 2 other ways to acquire this capital.
Our first option is crowdfunding. We are ready to launch on Kickstarter. This is the gold standard for hardware where we pre-sell the device to 5,000 fans on our existing waitlist. And we get cash up front to pay for the prototypes without giving up any equity.
And the second option we have is purchase order financing. Once we sign the pilot deal with Boston Pizza, we can take that contract to a bank and we use the PO to secure the loan to build the units. We basically use our customers' credits, not ours.
So we will build this. The question is just whether you want to be part of it or not.
You got an answer for everything. The numbers check out, the B2B strategy is there. What does it cost?
Costs around $85 to make a product, and as we said previously, we're selling for around $249. In year 1, that's going to be 45% margin, and in year 5, we're going to capitalize off of the growth, the amount of products we sell, and economies of scale, and bring that to around 55% margin.
I don't know, 350K is pretty steep.
I'll give you the 350,000, but how about 20%?
We can't do 20%, but we will do 15% if you help lead the meeting with Boston Pizza and TSN and potentially help us close a partnership.
If 15% the highest you can go, then we got a deal.
Appreciate doing business with you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
No way! It feels like I'm right at the game! Don't just watch the game, feel it.